All right, confession time. I'm totally hooked on soft drinks, especially this zesty lemonade. Guilty as charged. And you know what? I'm a sucker for product photography too. So why not mix the two together? Well, get ready because this one's gonna be epic. Hi everybody, I'm Kersten Luts and you're watching Platypod TV, brought to you by Platypod, where innovation never sleeps. Today, I've got a game changer for you. Creating jaw-dropping product photos in just a few easy steps. So I stumbled upon this beauty at my local cafe, Blue Lemonade. Well, mind blown. I'm thinking, let's make this bottle glow, chilling in a sea of ice. Imagine a scorching summer day, a bucket of ice, cold drink. Well, product photography is like the brainiac of the photo world, especially in ads. When it comes to drinks and bottles, it's a whole art form. So make sure you stick around because I've got some secrets up my sleeve to make that bottle look so refreshingly cool, you'll be reaching out for a sip yourself. Check out the details on this bottle. It's a cool shape, it's got neck features, and that yellow cap with the logo makes for awesome color contrast. And get this, the bottle itself, simple old white glass. Perfect canvas, right? We're going to light it up from within, making it pop and glow like there is no tomorrow. So let me break down the main set for today's shoot. First, I'm placing a sheet of plexiglass on 2 stools. Next, I'll put a glass tray on top. This will contain our lemonade bottle, and I'll fill this with real ice later. But for now, I need to dial in the lights to make sure the lighting is spot on. Once everything is in place, I'll add the ice last to make sure it doesn't melt prematurely. Timing is everything here. You could, of course, use fake ice cubes, but I like the randomness of real ice for this, so that's what I'll go for on this occasion. Next, I'll set up my camera on a C-stand with a Platypod Elite for a top-down view. I'm using a 105 macro lens, but you could shoot this with an 85mm lens if that's what you've got. No problem. My camera is set to f8, ISO 100 at 1/160th of a second, but adjust your aperture for the desired depth of field. To light this set, I'll use 3 Godot strobes, but you can easily use regular speed lights as well. I like to use flash for this setup rather than continuous lights. My first light goes right underneath the plexiglass to shoot up through our bottle. That's going to create an even glow and will look awesome. This is where the Platypod Extreme and Spigot come in super handy as a base for my light. For a light modifier, I'm using a beauty dish with a diffusion sock for some super even lighting. The key light is placed in front of the setup with a medium-sized octobox. Now, initially, you'll see a strong reflection on the top of the bottle. To counter that, I'm using another layer of diffusion held in place by a second Platypod Extreme with goosenecks and clamps. On the opposite side, I use a white reflector held up by a couple of Platypod Ultras, elbows, and clamps. These tools are amazing to grip just about anything you need to create amazing product photography. Now, my third and final light is aimed directly at the label of our bottle. I want to make the label pop without stealing the bottle's thunder. I'm using a tight grid to direct the light, but barn doors would work great here too. Balancing these 3 lights takes a bit of tinkering, but once they're dialed in, it's time to prep our bottle and make it camera ready. Alright, here's a neat trick from the food and product photography playbook. First, let's peel off the label at the back to ensure light passes through the bottle. Now, here's the magic touch, condensation. Mix glycerin and water in equal parts, fill up a spray bottle, and you've got water droplets that stay put thanks to the glycerin. Prep that lemonade bottle, keep it steady with 2 bits of blue tack, and we're ready to shoot. Well, almost. By the way, if you want to keep in touch and get regular tips and tricks straight to your inbox, join our email list over on platypod.com. So sign up and you get 15% off everything. If that isn't a bargain, then I don't know. But I digress. Now that everything's set, lights are tuned in and the camera is primed, it's time to add the eyes. I like to shoot tethered to my laptop. It allows me to see the images on the screen and it's easier to tell whether everything is exposed right and in focus. Once the shot is in the can, I head over to Adobe Lightroom and Photoshop for some basic cleanup and color correction, and that's it. A fantastic product shot that could feature in Calypso's next ad campaign. And there you have it, folks. We've transformed a simple lemonade bottle into a glowing star with a few simple lighting tricks and some food prep magic. From putting together an interesting 3-light setup to creating fake condensation, these tips will help you take your product photography to the next level. If you want to learn more about product photography, well, check out my podcast, the Camera Shake Podcast, where I spoke exclusively to Carl Taylor about his incredible images, advertising photography, and photo education. And if you haven't turned into the Camera Shake Podcast yet, now's the perfect time. Jump on board. Find it on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and wherever awesome podcasts live. All the links are waiting for you in the description below. As always, take a snapshot of your setup or share your final shots on Instagram. If you've been experimenting with Platypod gear, or if you've tried out some of the lighting setups we've discussed today, I want to see your creations. Make sure you tag Platypod on Instagram and use the hashtag #PostMyPlatypod. And if you like this video, we have a button specifically for you right there. Join the community over on Facebook to see what other Platypod users are up to, and ring the bell so you don't miss our regular videos. That, my friends, is all for today. Keep creating, and I'll see you next time.